And secondly, kind of same thing basically, but a little bit different. But Deshaun Watson of the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Last year he got into some issues. He, 22 accusations of, basically sexual harassment or whatever the case may be. He recently just signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, sir.
Over 5 years, $230 million.
Yep.
I think it may be one of the highest contract or one of the highest contracts, or whatever the case may be.
Wide receivers, yeah.
Yeah, but my
Quarterback.
But my question, and obviously, he's a great talent, arguably like top 7 in the league or whatever the case may be, wherever you want to put him. But I get from a standpoint of you want to win. Of course, you want to pick up the best talent. But what would y'all have done in that situation, knowing what's going on, his ongoing case, and just the social climate right now? Like, what would you do if you're rebuilding the team and this person is available?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Let's deal in facts.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
The fact of the matter is, the criminal charges against him is dropped.
Right.
Period. If you rebuilding, he's still got an arm. He's still good. There's no criminal action. Whatever he got to deal with civilly, because I think they still taking it up civilly, right?
Yeah, most times that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
Now, you could get into the conspiracy theory behind it. Like, he just sat for a year. He wasn't injured. Like, that's it. Like, there could be some truths.
Right.
There could be some truths, and there could be some lies. But in the court of law, the criminal charges were dropped. So now let's deal with that.
I'm on the same boat. It's all about business to me. And when it comes to business, here's my thing. I don't think he would have got this opportunity had those criminal charges not been dropped.
I agree.
True.
Yeah.
So who am I to hold the fact that the charges were brought against him? Like, how the fact that they were brought up, why would I hold that against him? They went through the court proceedings. Mm-hmm. They did whatever they had to do. I'm sure they had to turn over whatever DNA, whatever they had to do.
Yep.
And the charges were dropped. Mm-hmm. And again, I completely agree with what you're saying. Like, there may be some truths, there may be some lies. We don't know. We wasn't there. All we can do is deal with the hard facts of what we know, and that was the criminal cases were dropped. I do want to say, if more shit happens and more shit come out and more things come to light, fuck them, throw them under the jail. But until then, what I'm not in the business of doing personally, and I think y'all agree with me for this platform, is I don't want to ever just throw something on somebody's name when we don't know that's the case.
Yeah, I 100% agree with both of y'all. Till all the facts come out, I'm just that type of person. Like, till all the facts, I don't really know. So this person is, innocent in my eyes until proven guilty. But I do 100%. I want to stress, I do empathize with the woman, because I just don't want this to be another situation that if he did do those terrible acts or whatever, he's getting rewarded, and these women are just over there with your accusations. It's like, nothing happens.
Nah, I can't roll with you with that, Dre. Cause he not getting rewarded. Boy just sat for a year. His name is tarnished.
Well,
in the court of public perception,
but the court of public perception ain't paying him. That's the thing.
What I'm saying is he got a stain on his name.
All right,
when
let me ask you this
Google
question.
Those cases come up.
Let me ask you a question.
Dropped or not? OJ is OJ, right? He ain't go to jail for that crime. But whenever you hear OJ's name, it's synonymous with that crime.
But let me ask you a question. You don't agree with Dre because of the stain on his name, right?
Yeah.
What if, similar to how OJ was at the time, you don't give a fuck about that stain?
I'm telling you why I don't agree.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, like, I understand why you don't agree with Dre, but I don't think it's a thing to disagree on, if that makes sense. Only because the truth of the matter is, he is getting rewarded for his talent. He is getting rewarded for his talent. Mm-hmm. Whether those, because the truth of the matter is, we don't know what happened. Right. Criminal cases could have been dropped. 8 out of 10 times what's gonna happen is that civil case gonna get settled.
Yep.
Just to get it out of court.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that is reward enough, not reward enough. I hope that's compensation enough if she did experience anything. It could have been she just didn't experience what he experienced. Because I think that happens a lot. Two people are in the same situation and view it completely different.
Facts.
And so that's why I don't want to. His reputation is irrelevant because clearly he getting his bread. His family going to be whatever. He good. He don't. I don't think he give a fuck about that. At least I wouldn't. Let me say that. I don't know what he feel. I wouldn't give a fuck about that if I'm still getting a $240 million check. I don't care. Feel how y'all want. Same thing. God rest his soul. When it happened to Kobe. Kobe name got drugged through the mud.
True.
And that nigga went and won.
But he worked ever since then to change his perception publicly.
Okay.
He worked. He worked on that.
But we don't know if Deshaun is going to do that or not.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You feel like he shouldn't have to try and change the perception?
Ain't nothing he could do about the perception. Is going because it happened. It happened. It's his name is synonymous with those allegations. 22 women saying the same thing is very hard to disprove. But you got the criminal charges dropped, so I can't negate 22 women. One of those women could be telling the truth. None of those women.
But that's what Dre's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is because of the fact that you saying he's being rewarded with this contract.
I'm looking at it from I'm looking at it from the woman's standpoint.
My point.
Yeah.
So them women is like, oh my God, he's getting rewarded. No, I just sat down. Y'all niggas could have accused me for a whole year. I had to deal with the shit. I had to sit down for a whole year. I could have been locked up for this whole year, but because I'm rich, I'm not. I was out. He got, you know what I'm saying? Like he went through the court proceedings free.
For me, what you're saying only it matters if he did none of it. What we're saying is even if it's just one of those 22 he did, all that shit he went through, he deserved that shit.
Yep.
You can't bitch and complain about having to sit down for a year and go through court and all that when you did it.
When you did that.
Yeah, but he's saying he didn't do it.
We're not here to determine guilt. What I'm saying is if we're speaking for, let's say if one of those women that happened and she views it as he's getting rewarded for being a good football player when he did X, Y, and Z to me, I can't knock her for feeling that way because he is getting rewarded because he's a fucking good football player. He's getting rewarded as a good football player when he's a piece of shit human being for what he did to me, and that's not fair.
Right. I'm glad you said that. As me, Deshaun Watson, I don't give a fuck how you think I'm being rewarded for me being a football player when you said some shit that I didn't do as Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
how you think
but we're
and
arguing two different points.
That's why I'm not growing with that's why I said I wasn't going with Drake. Because I'm in my mind, if you're saying that I did some shit that I didn't do, then I'm gonna fuck what you think I'm being rewarded for.
Absolutely.
I got you.
But that only is fair in the sense if he didn't do it.
Right.
We're talking from the perspective of if he possibly did it.
Great. I'm talking the other side. I don't see the.
I got you.
Yeah, like all right,
You just
that's
arguing.
great. Y'all right.
Yeah.
Other side is cool. I'm over here and like, nah, I ain't do that shit. I prove I ain't do that shit in court.
No, and he's
Take his bread.
and he's absolutely right for feeling that way. If he did nothing, he's absolutely right for feeling that way. This ain't about a determining guilt.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not determining guilt. Like I said before, if those women really went through some shit, like you said, two
No,
sides.
when I said that, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the public listening to us.
Alright,
I don't
well-
want them to think me and Dre are trying to determine his guilt.
No,
Oh,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
no
Absolutely
one's
not.
determining his guilt. I'm just talking like I can imagine I've been accused of some shit before too. Like, nigga, I ain't do that shit. I don't give a fuck what you think I got rewarded for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I completely get that. That's 100% true, and he has every right to look at it like that. I just don't want to discredit. I don't want to make it sound like we're discrediting somebody's feelings by acknowledging how he may feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not discrediting those women. Like I said, 22 women saying the same thing. Something you got to look in that direction.
Something
Yeah,
is
something-
off.
something is off.
Something's off. We
That's
don't know
what I'm
what
saying.
happened, but something's
Yeah.
off.
22 is a long number. That's like the Bill Cosby shit. 2 or 3.
I'm not gonna lie. When it got to like 60, I was like, y'all are bugging at this point.
At this point, it's either y'all all class action or this nigga a nasty nigga.
Facts.